everybody, welcome back to another episode in Project C.A.R. So this week we're going to have a bit of a block style version instead of the usual episodes where we just look at one particular item, because this time around we're going to be having a look at the initial fabrication work that I've began doing on the car. So I'm going to take you around the car, show you what I've been doing, where I've been cutting things and why and how. And then hopefully in 2 weeks time we're going to be looking back at some individual parts, how we're going to continue with that. So let's go and have a look around the car. So the first thing I did was I started cutting out a massive hole in the boot, which you can see behind me here. And that is to fit the glass fiber box, that is this one here, for the new fuel tank. Now first off I had to make a template using cardboard, and as you can see on the picture here, that was traced on the inside of the box. So basically what we did is we put the paper on top and then traced it from the inside and then repeated on the other side, stuck the two pieces together, and that way we had a nice template to then trace it onto the boot box in the back and subsequently use an angle grinder to cut that out. And you might be able to see is there's still about a centimeter left that needs to be cut out before the box fits. Now the idea of that is that this last centimeter is being bent round so that it's stopping a sharp edge cutting into the box once the car is vibrating on the roads. And then after that the fuel tank, which will be made for it, will sit in this particular box with a few other bits on which the floor will sit on top of that. So hopefully I'll still be able to use the boot, but everything is nicely tucked underneath. So this is a roll cage from Hygo in Germany, Hygo Motorsport. The idea of this one is that it's a bolt-in cage instead of a welding cage, so that I can take it out if need be or for whatever reason, and it's also allowing me easier access to put in the interior trim once the car is back from painting. Front section I'm really happy about. The rear section doesn't work for what I want to do because I want to keep the rear seats in. So in order to do that I will have to cut off these items and then put a new part of the cage that follows the curvature of the car, then goes through the rear parcel shelf into the back, and then that will be mounted to the shock absorbers. After that I had to remove the original seat frame because A, my bucket seats don't fit, and B, the frame would not fit. So that was cut out. Again, I used the angle grinder for that, and then first off I had to use a drill bit that is really suitable for drilling out spot welds. The only problem is it goes in a little bit deeper, so I had to fill up the traces of that drilling, and I used my TIG welder for that, which then subsequently was sanded down using a air compressed disc sander. So the next step was to relocate the battery, which will be in the boot. And that meant that I had to cut out the battery tray at the front to create more space in the engine bay. So hopefully where the battery used to be, I will now have an air filter for my carburetor inlet. I didn't realize that the material was so thin over the years, and probably because of a little bit of rust damage underneath it. But you might be able to see that I've cut through it. So that's something that I need to fine tune a little bit. But hopefully that will come with a bit more experience. The problem is that the car has got a little bit of bodywork needed that is above my skill level. So the next step is probably to send the car off to the professionals to do that work that I cannot do. And then when it comes back, I will be doing all the fine tuning to it, welding in all the brackets and other mounting points that I need for various fuel lines, oil cooler that has to go in, a new wiring harness and everything like that. So like I said, a bit different this time round. Probably the next special is where I'm going to be restorating this little gem here. The idea is I'm going to strip it completely and then rebuild it to be an exact match of Brunhilde itself. So I'll call it Mini Brunhilde. Anyway, I think that's it for this particular episode. Like I said, it's a shorter block style version. And then next time we'll probably look at starting to restore some of the smaller parts that we've taken out from the car, starting to clean up, getting items ready to go back into the car when it's back. So I'll see you then, and thank you very much for watching, following, subscribing, and then I'll see you shortly in a few weeks' time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.